Atlanta's own king of the South, shouted. Yeah. Better keep my name out your mouth, shouted. PSC, nigga. Hey.
Hundreds, perhaps more. And should we expect to encounter these ghouls everywhere we go? It is possible. But there are many more worlds that the ghouls have no use for. On those worlds, the people are abandoned and left to fend for themselves. Is there a leadership or government with which we could negotiate a peace? Some, like Apophis, are great kings and rule over many worlds as their gods. But they have no need for peace. If they could kill you, they would. Could they? They have spacecraft, right? Yes. Without the Stargate, such a journey would take many months, perhaps even years. It would take many vessels, many slave armies. We're not that much of a nuisance just yet. These slaves, where do they come from? There is a tale of a primitive world the Gaul discovered millennia ago. The Tari. First worlds where forms of this type evolved. It is said the Goa'uld harvested among the primitives. Some became Goa'uld hosts. Others became Jaffa. The rest were taken as slaves and seated among the stars to serve them. But that world has been lost for centuries. Two, beings of this form evolved here on Earth. This world is the world you're talking about, Chuck. Rock came here. If our ancestors had rebelled and buried the Stargate, you would have not become strong enough to challenge them. And the galaxy is populated by the ancient peoples of Earth. There could be millions by them, and you will be their greatest hope.
Westside nigga.
These slaves, where do they come from? There is a tale of a primitive world the Gaul discovered millennia ago. The Tari.
Hotep family, this is your brother Jeremiah, and what I want to do is make it very, very clear to you after you've seen that clip just then that the show, the TV show SG or Stargate SG1 is simply that. It's a TV show, all right? And just like most TV shows that they propagate to you on TV, is media propaganda and just basically straight up lies, okay? None of it was really meant for you to just take to heart and take everything word for word when you watch these movies. However, if you watch them long enough, they will reveal truth to you. You just have to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear it, right? Okay, and this program is simply just like all other programs on TV. Is simply used to program your mind. Okay, the propaganda, all the TV shows, all the commercials, everything that they show you throughout the day is media propaganda and lies, and that's basically what they want to do is program you into believing pretty much anything they say, and you will take them as the authority basically by listening to them. And they're going to give you commands. They're going to subtly give you directions on how to actually think. And whether you know it or not, this is actually what's happening to most of our people in the black community, because what we like to do is when we get off of that hard working job, we like to go home and we like to watch television, all right, which is media propaganda and lies. And we don't really realize the effect or the harm that it's doing, especially to our kids when we let them sit up and watch television all day long. So we want to keep that in mind when we're raising our children, because everybody's going around talking about the truth, the truth, the truth, the truth, the truth, and they're going around, screaming, for the black race and everything, but at the same time, they don't have their homes together. And that is the most important stepping stone that we have to get under our belts before we can really make any substantial change in our communities. We have to have our home life situated, and we have to be in our right minds as we do it, and not under the propaganda of white society, as I refer to it. However, we want to take that information that they are propagating to us and study it and see the truth within it and use it, for our own benefit. So, in a nutshell, family, basically, make sure that you get your home life right, because that's where it's at. That's really where all of this, black power, black liberation, it all starts in the home, right? It all starts in the hearts, the minds, and the homes of our families. So let's get on the ball and make sure that we do that. Okay, make sure that we got that under our belts first. Make sure that we got a good grasp on keeping our families properly supported, properly protected, properly educated, and in other words, actually re-educated, because the educational system too is actually doing a detriment to our people as well, because they may teach you, the basics of their society, but they will never, ever teach you the inner workings of our ancient societies. Because for one, they don't know about it. And two, if they do know about it, they damn sure don't want you to know about it. So make sure that you're educating your children and your family at home. Okay, make sure that they're gonna go out into the streets and they're gonna run into knuckleheads. They're gonna get, they're gonna be involved in the world, but make sure they're not of the world. And that's what the Master Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach, was talking about being in the world but not of the world. Okay, so make sure that spend time with your children. Spend a lot of time with your children. Make sure that they look up to you instead of the characters on TV as their heroes, because it's very easy to seduce the mind of a young child into believing that their heroes are the people that they show you on TV, and where we know that is 100% false. They are not our heroes. They are not our role models. These people are liars. Okay, they're basically acting on TV. This not any disrespect to any one actor, because we all watch them, but they are acting. This is not their real life. They get paid to present this propaganda to you. Okay, so please make sure your children know this at a young age, because when they run into truth seekers out there, as they get older, they're going to get their feelings hurt when they think that what they see and hear on TV from their political leaders and from their church leaders and from their teachers and from all the people that they consider authority, when they see this, when they get up in front of a truth seeker, one that does diligent research and one that is really catering to his own race, not because he's racist, but because it's time to actually stand amongst your own, it's not going to be a pretty sight for them to have to stand up in front of someone like that. As a matter of fact, they may not even be able to stand up in front of a real truth seeker like that. So, in other words, make sure that you yourself aren't media propagated and believing everything that you see and hear and read in the newspapers and on TV, right? Because how would you expect to teach your children or get your children on track when you yourself don't even have it right? Okay, so educate yourself, educate your children, educate your home, educate your household. Okay, that actually is the true meaning of economics, right? To be economically sovereign starts in the home, right? So we have to make sure that we have these solid principles down first in the home before we go out trying to save the world and when we can't even save our own homes. Peace, family. This is your brother Jeremiah.